We'll now call the meeting, the Plan Commission meeting of October 28th, 2025 to order. Roll call, please.
Anna here.
Bouch here.
Pshinsky here.
Lorick here.
Gave chair.
Kuzikowski here.
Oldani here.
Seifert here.
Chandler here.
Okay. Approval of minutes from October the 14th. Give you a minute or so. You're satisfied? There's no errors, corrections, omissions, discussion, motion.
Seifert moves to approve the minutes of October 14th, 2025.
Kuzikowski will second.
Roll call beginning with Christine.
Anna I.
Bouch aye.
Pshinsky I.
Lorick aye.
Gavich, aye.
Kuzikowski aye.
Oldani abstains.
Seifert, aye.
Chandler aye.
Okay, moving on to our first item of business. Item 4 is review site and related plans for the expansion of the sales inventory parking lot at Kunis Buick GMC of Oak Creek. This is an existing business at 7020 South 27th Street and also 2420 West Rawson Avenue. It's submitted by Dax Conley and Devlin Holdings. I will turn that over to
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the Plan Commission should be pretty familiar with this property, as earlier in the year they were before you looking for recommendations for both a CSM certified survey map to combine those two properties and also to amend a current conditional use permit that they have for those auto sales so that it could be extended onto the property at 2420 West Rawson, and also to modify some conditions in there regarding the road reservation that's shown on the official map. But to this point, they have not yet recorded that CSM. So you'll see that that is a condition on the suggested motion for this item. And so now they're back here today to look for a approval to expand the storage lot that for the in-stock vehicles for sale for the auto dealership. So it's kind of refresh you as to what the site looks like currently, where the operations for the auto sales is all contained on the property at 7020 South 27th Street there in the corner of Rawson and 27th, and then to the east is the property 2420 West Rawson, which is currently undeveloped. So there will be looking to add that surface parking area that would be, like I said, for the storage of vehicles for sale. And so imposed on the site, showing you where that future expansion would be, coming off of an existing access drive that comes from the dealership over to Rawson. And so that expansion would include 155 spaces for storage for those in-stock vehicle for sale, which would bring those spaces on site to a total of 287. In addition, there's currently 229 parking spaces on site. No change to those. That'll remain that number, and that's parking spaces for customers and employees for the service station that they have as well, or service component. The extended parking area or storage area will be a little under 48,000 square feet impervious surface to be added to the site, but will not encroach on any of the existing wetlands, or, as I noted, the official map shows a road reservation, so this stays out of that area as well. The applicant is proposing quite a bit of landscaping, including some interior landscaping with a median running through the middle of the one of the parking bays that will have 4 trees on it and 57 shrubs, which would be required for interior parking lot landscaping. It also has one landscape island with 2 trees. Along the perimeter, along 20 Rawson Avenue, They are planting more than what's required as far as landscaping. And those shrubs that will be planted there will range from 3 to 5 feet in height to add screening from Rawson Avenue of the vehicles that they'll have parked there. In addition, the parking area to the east, like closest to Rawson, will have a berm that will be 5 to about 7.5 feet, which will add additional height and screening there from viewing from Rawson Avenue. And then the area between the parking and the residential use to the east, which requires type D landscaping, they'll be planting various 14 trees, which is meeting the requirement for that type of land, for the type D landscaping, more than the number of shrubs required. And in addition, they'll be extending a fence. Currently, the property to the east has a 6-foot tall wood fence enclosing their backyard. And so the applicant is going to, at that southern point of that fence, going to continue the wooden fence so that there'll be a 6-foot wooden fence the entire length, north-south, as screening between those uses. The area will be illuminated by 17 pole-mounted light fixtures. 14 of those will be new to the site, where 3 poles will be ones being relocated that were in that eastern edge of the existing parking area, but conflicted with where they propose there to be paving to be. So they're just moving them slightly. But those poles will all be 22 feet in height, matching the on-site fixtures. They'll be meeting code as far as being fully shielded and directed downward, and that none of them will have a light trespass of more than a 0.5 foot candles at the property line. So, essentially, applicants are here to answer any questions. Otherwise, we have a suggested motion on the screen for you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Todd. The applicant want to say anything, or you want to wait on questions? Yes. You want to wait on questions? Okay. We'll head right to the council. We'll start with Christine.
I have no questions, thank you.
Steve?
No questions.
Ashley?
I just have one general comment. So in 2018, there was a stormwater management plan that was approved for this site. And at that time, there was additional impervious surface that was included in that report that was not constructed at the time that original report was approved. So the designers did submit a memo essentially just stating that the stormwater management did conform with the proposed improvements that are proposed today. So we will just continue to work with the developer designer on that. So we did have a few minor comments, but for example, a stormwater permit will be required. So we'll just work through a few of those minor comments that we have.
Did it, Ashley?
Yep, that's it.
Greg?
My only question was regarding the requirement for fencing from commercial abutting residential, but it sounds like they're working with the property owner already to extend that.
Yeah, I mean, the plans show that, well, the current property to the east does have a fence, so they're
Okay.
looking to continue, like where that one ends, continue along the property line so that it's a contiguous
Sure. Okay, thank you.
fence. I mean, they'll be just abutting and continuing.
Okay, thanks.
Chris?
I have no questions. I think it looks really nice with the additional landscaping happening. So,
Don?
I have no questions.
Okay, Fred?
No questions at this time.
Marcy?
No questions, thank you.
Okay. Do not have any. Sir, I don't know if if any of the neighbors are here. I don't know what item you might be here for, but if anybody has anything to say, I would welcome it now. Okay, seeing nothing. I can't add anything to it. I do like the landscaping, and thank you for the effort on the fence. I'm sure the neighbors appreciate that as well going forward. So if there's no further discussion, we'll look for a motion on 4, please.
Lorik moves to approve the site and related plans for the expansion of the sales inventory parking lot at Kunis Buick GMC of Oak Creek, an existing business located at 7020 South 27th Street and 2420 West Rawson Avenue with the following conditions. One, that all relevant code requirements and conditions remain in effect. Two, that a certified survey map combining the property at 2420 West Rawson Avenue with the existing dealership property at 7020 South 27th Street is recorded prior to the submission of permit applications. Three, that the additional 155 parking spaces proposed as part of this expansion are used solely for the storage of in-stock vehicles for sale. And four, that this approval by Plan Commission shall expire within 12 months after the date of approval if a building permit has not been issued.
Balch second.
Roll call, beginning with you, Steve.
Balch, aye.
Kropczynski, aye.
Lorik, aye.
Davich, aye.
Guzekowski, aye.
Ladani, aye.
Seabird, aye.
Chandler, aye. And I.
Thank you. Moving right along, item 5, review and amend its site, architectural and related plans for an addition to the Oak Creek Veterinary Clinic. This is an existing building and business located at 8000 South Howell Avenue. Turn that right over to Todd.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So maybe you remember this one. It is was a little bit further back, but if you go back to August of 2023, the applicant came before the Plan Commission to request modifications to their site, so the Oak Creek Veterinary Clinic, and that was approved at that time. Since that time, they have not built or done any modifications or built any additions, and actually made a couple slight modifications. And so now they're back before you to get hopefully review and maybe approval of those changes. And so as the site exists today and did in 2023, as an aerial view, you can see that there is the single story building here that had or has an outdoor animal area in the back, in the rear, parking. So this building is on Howell. It's facing west. In 2023, they were approved for their plan, which had them removing that outdoor animal area that was in the rear and actually moving it to the north side of the building, where it would also be enclosed with a 8-foot tall wall, just as it had been, or it is now, and replacing that in the back with an addition that would house their x-ray, ultrasound, an employee break room, and a utility area. And then to the north, they were proposing as well a patio space, accessed by a little patio door for staff for breaks and so forth. So that was to be enclosed on just the north side by a 6-foot tall decorative fence. So since that time, they've made some changes to the site, which includes that addition is still there, but they've added on about 50 square feet to the back of it. So increase the size of it slightly. In doing so, as you may have noticed previously, there was a sidewalk that spanned this segment here next to the parking lot. So that sidewalk is removed for that additional 50 feet. But this plan still shows that you have the enclosed outdoor animal area here and a patio here. Just a couple of architectural changes that they made from 2023 to now. That outdoor area, the patio that I showed on the north side of the building, previously they had it enclosed on the north side with the decorative fence, but then that fence turned 90 degrees to meet up with the exterior wall of that outdoor animal area. With their current design, a wall that runs kind of perpendicular to the existing building now extends out further, a few feet. We'll have a door, and so that decorative fence is now just between those two walls instead of turning 90 degrees. which will then, from the street view, you'll be seeing more of the brick wall versus you previously would have seen a fence and people potentially on the patio, so a little bit more privacy there. Also, they had changed, this is the addition in the rear. They've added in this inlay brick band here, architectural feature to it, and that will be on all three sides of the addition. When they were here back in 2023, the landscape plan that they had presented was not complete. This property has a conditional use permit from 2015 that outlines specific landscaping requirements. At the time and when they were here in 2023, their landscaping did not meet those requirements, and it was approved, but it was conditioned that staff would continue to work with them to bring that landscape plan up to what was required. So with this submittal, they have now modified their landscape plan, added in the plantings that meet those requirements from that plan, from the conditional use back in 2015. So you can see that those additional landscape plantings are circled in like a dash blue, adding a significant amount of plantings on site. Also, they did some planting around an existing electrical transformer here, which if you've driven by there, you can just see the transformer out in the open. So our code requires those things to be screened. So they'll be screening those with shrubs as well. And if applicants here for any questions, otherwise suggested motion on the screen for you.
Thank you, Todd. Does the applicant want to say anything before we go to questions, or just wait on questions? Okay, they've indicated they'll wait. Let's start to my right. Commissioner Chandler.
No questions, thank you.
Okay, Fred.
No questions at this time.
Don.
Yep, no questions.
Okay, Chris.
No questions.
Greg.
No questions.
Ashley.
No questions.
Steve.
No questions.
Christine.
Actually, I do have a question. I don't know for Todd or something. The sidewalk that was removed, where did it connect to before that?
Well, I mean, it just ran. So, I mean, you can see this segment of sidewalk here. So it just kind of ran parallel or along the parking. But now the addition is coming out and we'll remove part of that.
Oh, if anybody wanted to walk from the front to the end, they have to use the parking instead of the sidewalk.
Yeah, I mean, so it looks like maybe a couple, maybe 2 parking spaces will no longer be up against
Yes,
sidewalk. The sidewalk will start like here and go.
and that's
So-
what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
there should be some stalls that should be removed to allow for that movement.
If that's a decision, plan commission. Otherwise, I mean, they'll have to walk a width of like a parking space to get to the sidewalk.
Exactly how else the customer should be walking if they had already removed this part of the sidewalk in order for them to go around. Otherwise, why existing sidewalk already was placed? There had to be a reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, initially it was to butt each of the parking spaces.
Yes.
I mean, the parking spaces here don't have sidewalk to them
Yep. but
either.
You
But
can cross.
yeah, so that was, I guess the thinking was that, well, it's just 2 more that have to walk a little, get to the sidewalk here. But if plan commission wants something other or parking spaces removed, I know back in 2021, I think, as they were before plan commission, they added these parking spaces the furthest east. I think there was 11 added, but I'd have to look. I think they have like 36 parking spaces, which is more than what they minimum, but
Yeah, well,
it'd be,
we just have to be consistent. If we remove parking or sidewalk, how we going to accommodate for the sidewalk? How we going to replace it? So we just not remove sidewalk and just let it be.
I mean, if that's a what the rest of the commissioners think about that. Something that you,
Well,
I don't understand what's the suggestion? Like, what do you want to do?
Okay, so you would think that there is a customer coming from the front. If you want, I don't have like the cursor to kind of point here, coming from the where the sidewalk, where is your north house? From the front of the building.
keep
and
in mind,
moving-
that's an old picture.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, the new additions coming all the way out.
and going to the
Yeah.
back, and going
I
to the,
don't- I don't think there's any connection from the front to the back, is there? It's just grass and driveway.
right, I mean, so this is all, parking is in the rear of the building, so the front of the building is to the west on Howell. This is, the parking lot is completely in the rear of the east side of the building. The entry of the building is over here. So if a person's in these, I guess, 2 parking stalls, there isn't a sidewalk immediately at the front of those parking spaces.
gonna jump on the grass, or how is this?
I mean, I guess they would walk from here to here, which is,
So okay, so what's the suggestion?
Yeah.
I still,
I
like,
don't know.
what's your solution?
Remove some parking stalls and replace them with a sidewalk to keep it safer for a pedestrian, to make sure they are
But
connected.
if there's no spots, there's no need for the sidewalk.
What
You're
do you
talking about those 2 on the end. Yeah.
Those two right
Like these, right? Like, because they
Like
no
those-
longer have the
like
sidewalk.
those 2.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, the sidewalk goes almost to the very first spot. I don't see the difference if you're parked across the way to the east.
Right.
If you're parked over here or over here, there's no direct
You'd have
sidewalk
to
access
eliminate
either.
that as well.
Yeah, there's 90% of the parking spots don't have a sidewalk adjacent to it, so maybe if you got rid of the parking spaces, you would just have pavement there anyway.
Chances are they'll have parking bricks.
I guess my question is, why did we even have sidewalk at the beginning if we did not need it? Like you're saying.
Well, aesthetically speaking, I understand why they put the parking lot, but once it hits the building, you're not gonna jog it into the parking lot with no spaces.
It's not a big deal. I'm just trying to be consistent with how the building is showing, not abruptly just cutting the sidewalk and.
Now this building, sidewalk wrapped around and went back to that dog.
Yeah, it looks like it has an access door
Yeah,
potentially to the back walk
So-
area,
so
which
that'll
isn't there
go away,
anymore.
Which is probably the reason the sidewalk.
Now there won't be a door, so there's no need for sidewalk going back
I believe correct, yes.
Okay.
Also, by having a thickened face walk, you wouldn't need car stops as well. So that could be a reason why they had that. Because you'd have a 6-inch flange of sidewalk that wouldn't be stopping cars.
Okay.
No, I appreciate, I guess, getting back to it on comments. Southeast elevation, thank you for that band. I think that really dresses up the building. Really helps aesthetically. I like the addition of the all brick versus all that fence turning 90 degrees. So I think it's an improvement all the way around. More importantly, I'm glad you guys are expanding. It's really good news. So the only comments I have, is there anything else from applicants or audience? Okay. Folks, you want to say something, sir? You'll have to come up. You got to come up to the microphone, and we'll need your name and address.
Art Mays, we're at 7955 South Windbrook Court, so we can't even see this with the storage thing there. But I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any more outside open animal area. And as far as I understand, it's all walled in except for the patio area.
Right.
So everything looks an improvement.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be animals there unless
Yeah,
their employees
and we
get
have
on
plenty
early.
of them in all the residential homes that every time you go for a walk, you know how many are around, so.
It's an 8-foot tall wall, that the enclosure of the
Yeah,
animal area.
so everything looks better, yeah.
Great.
And it's to
Thank
the
you
north.
for your input, sir. Appreciate it. Okay. There's no further questions or comments. Motion.
Oldani moves that the Plan Commission approves amended site and architectural plans for the construction of additions to Oak Creek Veterinary Care, an existing business located at 8,000 South Howell Avenue with the following conditions. 1, that all conditions and restrictions of ordinance 2770 and relevant code requirements remain in effect. 2, that all mechanical equipment, transformers, and utility boxes shall be screened from view. And 3, that this approval by the Plan Commission shall expire within 12 months after the date of approval if a building permit has not been issued.
Seifert seconds.
Roll call, beginning with Ashley.
Chinsky, aye.
Lorick, aye.
Gavich, aye.
Guzekowski, aye.
Oldani, aye.
Seifert, aye.
Chandler, aye.
Anna, I.
Pouch eye.
Okay. Thank you much. Thank you, everybody. Item 6, review of a sign plan amendment for the replacement of the Drexel Town Square Monument sign located at 7935 South Main Street. This was submitted by Sean Phelan. So, and that's Phelan Development. Nick. I knew that was coming. I knew Nick was here for a reason. He's the sign guy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So, as you said, this is a sign plan amendment for a redesigned monument sign at Drexel Town Square. You may remember that in June of 2025, the Plan Commission approved a sign plan amendment to relocate this monument sign. So, as a refresher to that, so this is Lot B1, which you're seeing on the left site plan there, and it is at the corner of Drexel Avenue and Main Street. And it was brought about because of the development of the new commercial building that is located where the sign currently exists. So per the June amendment, it will be moving approximately 98 feet to the west. And then what you're seeing here is the original sign, which was approved in June of 2014. Couple things to note is the base is 7 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. It has an LED sign and the Drexel Town Square branding. And then what you're seeing here is the proposed redesign. So one of the big differences is the 10 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot base, the electronic message board, Drexel Town Square backing or branding, and then the height is the same. The last thing to note is that the Drexel Town Square Owners Association was also working with them on this project and approved this sign design. That, the suggested motion is on the screen.
Great, wonderful. Seeing as we got an empty house. Christine, questions?
I have no questions. Looks good.
Steve?
No questions.
Ashley?
No questions.
Greg?
No questions.
Chris?
It looks good, no questions.
Don?
No questions.
Fred?
No questions.
Chauncey?
No questions, thank you.
Great. I'm glad to see that the electronic message board looks a little bigger, and hopefully it's in color and it's not like, you know. Cool. No, I've been an advocate to upgrade the signs and change them up. There's been some business turnover, and there's some old signs on there that need to be done. But more importantly, it's going to accommodate the business. So I am on board. Glad to hear the association likes it as well. So if there's no further questions, motion.
Pouch moves that the Plan Commission approves the amendment to the sign plan for the Drexel Town Square with the following conditions: that all relevant code requirements remain in effect, that the existing easement for the current location of the sign is vacated and a new easement is recorded for the new sign location, that this approval by the Plan Commission shall expire within 12 months after the date of approval if a sign permit has not been issued.
Lorick, seconds.
Roll call, beginning with Greg.
Lorick, aye.
Gavich, aye.
Guzekowski, aye.
Oldani, aye.
Seifert, aye.
Chandler, aye.
Anna, I.
Pouch eye.
Chinsky, aye.
Okay. Before we hit adjournment, just, a couple of things. We wrapped up Fall Fest this weekend. I was out there incredibly well attended. It was just phenomenal. The rain kind of got it a little bit there at the very end, but great family event there in Drexel Town Square. Thanks to everybody that worked the markets and all the summer events there. The Summer of Oak Creek, I think, went really well. Next big thing in the square will be the tree lighting. I believe that's first week in December. Guess at that. So visit Oak Creek for information going there. And trick or treat went off here in the city of Oak Creek Sunday. I can say in my neighborhood, very well attended. A lot of little ghosts and goblins coming through. They cleaned me out of candy. Good night for that. So, if there's no other business or comments, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Seifert moves to adjourn the meeting at 6:34.
Oldani seconds.
Roll call, beginning with Chris.
Guzekowski, aye.
Oldani, aye.
Seifert, aye.
Chandler, aye.
Hannah, aye.
Pouch eye.
Chinsky, aye.
Lork, aye.
Kevich, aye. Night, everybody. Thank you for streaming in, and have a great week.